So this question is a diagram question. Any question that provides some visual input, I'm going to call a diagram question. More specifically, this is a graph question. So with graph questions, I have made the habit of always checking out the x-axis and the y-axis. So the x-axis in this case is time spent reading offline. The y-axis is time spent using internet. Based upon understanding those two things, I pretty much understand what each of the ordered pairs on this graph represent, and I can understand the trend of this line of best fit here, which basically is telling me that the more time, right, as we go to the right on the x-axis, the more time spent reading offline, the less time, right, as we go down on the vertical, the less time spent using internet. So let's read the information provided and then jump into the question. So the information says in a certain school district, 36 high school students were selected at random for a study on internet use and offline reading habits. During October, each student reported the average amount of time to the nearest half hour spent reading offline on Saturdays and the average amount of time to the nearest half hour spent using the internet on Saturdays. The scatter plot above shows the times recorded by the students. A line of best fit is also shown. All right, so no real value information there outside of what we already saw in the graph. So question 10 says the line of best fit underestimates one student's reported average time spent using the internet on Saturdays by more than 2 hours. Okay, so we can see that this line of best fit definitely underestimates quite a few students, right? Every student that I circle here in red, right, all of these students, the line of best fit is an underestimation for. But we're looking for the single student where that underestimate is more than 2 hours. So let's see. Well, this is the highest one, so I'm assuming that must be the one. And let's just check to make sure the difference in time between that point and the line of best fit, yes, right? Because this is roughly 2.5 hours, and this is up to 5 hours on the y-axis. So that's, that is more than the 2 hour underestimation. The question says for how many hours did this student report reading offline? Oh, so that student reported reading offline, that goes down to my x-axis. They reported reading for an hour and a half offline, right? So our answer here should be choice B, 1.5, because this student up here who spent 5 hours using the internet reported reading offline for an hour and a half.